everyone. I'm just wondering, have you ever felt like you're carrying the world's guilt on your shoulders, apologizing for every little thing? Do you find yourself saying, I'm sorry more than hello? If you are nodding in agreement, you have come to the right place. It is time to bring light and lighten the weight of guilt. I'm Dr. Becky, and I'm here to guide you through why we feel guilty and what we can do about it.
Dear Dr. Becky, I'm constantly struggling with feelings of guilt, and it's taking a toll on my life. No matter what I do, I always feel like I'm not doing enough, or that I'm making mistakes. This guilt follows me everywhere, affecting my relationships, work, and even my sleep. As a parent, I constantly second-guess my decisions and actions because I feel guilty. I am constantly saying sorry to my kids or spouse because things just don't turn out how I expected they would. Even though I'm trying my best to make everyone happy, this guilt affects my ability to enjoy moments with my family and undermines my confidence as a parent. At work, I rely heavily on external validation and reassurance from colleagues or supervisors to alleviate feelings of guilt and self-doubt. I frequently find myself apologizing for minor inconveniences or mistakes, even when they are not my fault. I don't think this is normal, but I don't know how to stop feeling this way. Can you offer any advice on how to deal with these constant feelings of guilt?
Oh my gosh, I just first want to say how important to acknowledge that what you're experiencing is a common struggle for many. Guilt is actually a natural emotion. But when it becomes constant and overwhelming, it's a sign that it's time to address the underlying issues. Unfounded guilt is a type of guilt that has no real basis. There are many different reasons that people might struggle with unfound guilt, as I just heard you say, and here are 7 of those reasons. Number 1, perfectionists tend to set unrealistic high standards for themselves. Number 2, people pleasers tend to prioritize others' needs and opinions over their own. Number 3, highly empathetic people may feel guilty for others' bad feeling, even if you're not directly responsible for it. Number 4, individuals with low self-esteem may also have negative beliefs about themselves, leading them to perceive themselves as inherently flawed or somehow unworthy. Number 5, individuals with anxiety disorders often experience excessive worry and intrusive thoughts. They may fixate on perceived mistakes or potential negative outcomes. Number 6, survivors of trauma or abuse may internalize feelings of shame and guilt, even when they are not responsible, and may blame themselves. And lastly, number 7, individuals who have been repeatedly criticized by others in their child or past relationships as adults may internalize those messages and develop a heightened sense of guilt and self-blame. Any of these sound familiar to you, your guilt is most likely unfounded, and I would just like to say get rid of it. I know it's not that easy though, because it's likely rooted in distorted thinking patterns and negative beliefs about oneself. Frankly, we all sometimes think things that aren't really true or good for us, but we can learn how to spot this and purposefully think different kind of thoughts. Unfounded guilt is like wearing a pair of glasses with the lens tinted by self-doubt and insecurity. It distorts our perception of reality, making us see fault in ourselves where there are none, and carrying burdens that are not ours to bear. But just as we remove those glasses and see the world clearly, we can also challenge unfounded guilt. Replace those distorted lenses with ones of self-compassion and understanding. Let's recognize that we are not defined by unfounded guilt, but instead our resilience in overcoming it and our capacity to embrace our worthiness. I hope that simply by recognizing this truth, you can start changing your perspective, start challenging your negative thinking patterns and beliefs, and recognize that your thoughts and your feelings are simply not telling you the truth. Irrational thoughts are deceitful, and you have the power to change and virtually eliminate your guilt. I also know it can be very, very challenging to learn how to overcome our negative thought patterns. So don't hesitate to reach out to a therapist if that is something that would help you on your journey. I hope you're feeling a little bit lighter. I'd love to hear your thoughts or questions, so please send them my way at deardrbecky@gmail.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe so I can help you change your perspective and improve your mental health. Remember, your mind matters because you matter. See you next week.